I'm here with Louis Goldstein, a delegate for New York for this year's Democratic National Convention. So, Mr. Goldstein, this isn't your first convention, is it?
I've been at 4 conventions over the years. The first national convention I was at was in 1968, also here in Chicago 56 years ago. I was loyal to the anti-Vietnam War movement and for a more progressive party. The mayor at that time, Mayor Daley, was criticized as being a racist, and he was, by Jesse Jackson and others. I stood with Senator Gene McCarthy. I walked after Daley's police beat up kids in Grant Park. I walked with Paul O'Dwyer and the progressive movement to Grant Park, and I still visualize the blood on the grass. I visualize then Senator Ray Burbakoff getting up and telling us delegates, he was from Connecticut, liberal, what was going on. I just felt so, I was infuriated with what was going on, where we were told you cannot protest, you cannot march. The protests this past year, since October 7th, are different in the sense I feel that all lawful protests should be allowed. I have nothing against those who have family, friends who are Palestinian, who, like me, feel that there were atrocities on both sides. I feel, no question in my mind, Hamas is a terrorist group. But I definitely feel that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is doing things which should not be done, and there's no reason for him to be murdering people in Gaza.
Why did you decide to become a delegate, and how did you become a delegate?
Okay, I'm well known. I've been active in the political party statewide since the 60s. We have a fantastic Democratic Party, a party which is for the disabled, for those of us who are gay, for the environment, etc. And they knew that. And I said I was interested at some point, and then I received a call. I meet 3 of the criteria: being gay, a senior citizen, and disabled. And I felt, because of 56 years ago, I so much wanted to return here to a Chicago that is much different. And of course I was chosen at a Democratic State Committee meeting by a fantastic organization led by Jay Jacobs, our state chairperson, and they're the DNC with the disabled, which provided Ben here special credentials to help me. They're concerned for the disabled, unlike Mr. T, number 45, and NAGA, which makes fun of the disabled, who would rather cut off ADA. So I'm thrilled to be here.
You know, there was the virtual vote to have Kamala Harris. That was a new process, correct? What did you think of that process there?
I was originally committed to President Biden. I was elected as a committed at-large delegate for President Biden. I was supporting him, but I had a lot of questions about him, not only his age itself, but his abilities to continue as president for another 4 years and his electability. I was with friends upstate. We were at some park upstate New York when all of a sudden I get a headline on that Sunday 3 weeks ago that President Biden said he is not running for re-election. I was so relieved, and I said it loudly, and other people say yes. And immediately after that, he supported our vice president, our next president, Kamala Harris. I was thrilled, and I'm still thrilled to have a person of color, a person who knows how to administer, who stands for what we stand for. I was thrilled, and I remain thrilled, and I continue, and I'm looking forward to being part of this convention where we're going to come out united for Kamala Harris for president.